Alright, what's up, folks? So, there's this pretty cool theory that was pioneered by Bill James, who is kind of like the guy who brought statistics and analytics into baseball. It's called the Pythagorean Theorem. It works a little bit different than with a triangle, but the principle is the same, I guess. Um, so, you have to find the ratio first, which is runs scored over runs allowed. And then once you have the ratio, you square it and then divide it by runs scored plus 1. That will give you the estimated win percentage of a team based on their performance. And if you wanted to do it for football or basketball, you could do 2.37 for the exponent instead of squared, or 13.91 for basketball. So let's make a program that does that. I already made the program. But we're going to go over it real fast. You want to do float variables for runs scored and runs allowed. You got to do float because we're working with decimals. The next thing you want to do is you want to have the console ask the user how many runs were scored by the team and allow them to input this variable, and then do the process again for runs allowed, except you want it to say runs allowed. After that, you want to find the ratio, as we already determined was runs scored over runs allowed. And then once you have that, you can find the win percentage, which is R2 over R1 plus 1, which float win percentage is what we're going to call it. This is how you declare a variable. Currently, this is set up for football, but for baseball, we just want it to be squared. And that is how you type R to the second power in C++. Obviously, I can't just put ratio 2, little 2 over it. Make sure in the denominator that there's a parentheses around the entirety of it, or it'll give you stupid answers. And then to calculate expected wins, you just multiply the win percentage that you just declared up here by the number of seasons, the number of games in a season, and then have the console output the expected wins. Let's use the Atlanta Braves as an example. They won 101 games. Get these goobers off my screen. This video is brought to you by Instacart, apparently. So anyway, the Braves won 101 games. They scored 789, and they gave up 609. So let's run this program. Seven, 8, 9, 609, and the model would predict they would win 101.5 games, which is pretty close to what they did. This can be used to predict a team's future. Let's say you're at the halfway point and a team is underperforming what their expected win-loss is. It's usually a pretty good bet that the team's going to perform better or worse based on what their expected win-loss percentage, what their expected wins are based on the Pythagorean theorem. It doesn't work every time, but it's pretty darn helpful. And people that run sports and run sports books, they all know what this is. It's very helpful. And the Braves are a good team to demonstrate it with. And just to show you how to change this to a football, let's say we're doing football, which we determined we want the power to 2.37, 0.37, and obviously we want this to be 17 games because that's how many there are in a football season for now. And let's run it. And let's say we are at the 4th or 5th game of the year and we've scored 50 points and we've given up 42 points. We'll be on track to be a 10-win team, a little over 10 wins. So yeah, that's how that works. And obviously, if you wanted to do it for basketball, you would just change this 17 to an 81 to represent the number of games in a season. And you would change 2.37 to 13.91. Yeah, there we go. 13.91. I'll leave a link to my GitHub and my Discord. Well, not my Discord. I don't really want to talk to y'all that much. I mean, I don't mean it that way, but yeah, I'll leave my GitHub to where anyone can add on to this. It's pretty simple. Maybe make it to where the user can input 1 for basketball, 2 for football, 3 for baseball. There's plenty of work that can be added to it. But thanks for watching the video.